When we look at around police, what the numbers of our police officers are going to be, and how we've done so well in dropping crime in our city, when we look at the school safety agents, when we look at some of the other initiatives that we're doing, is going to be extremely painful for New Yorkers.
Yeah, painful, all right. Those painful initiatives Mayor Adams is referring to, including a hiring freeze on NYPD officers as New York City is rocked by a growing migrant crisis, costing taxpayers at least $20 million a month, Ainsley.
It comes as Border Patrol sources reveal there have been nearly 46,000 known gotaways at our southern border just since October 1st. Fox News political analyst Gianno Caldwell joins us now. Gianno, you see this happening in Chicago. You lost your brother to crime.
Yes.
And I know the FBI is working on that case now to try to find whoever did this to your family. But now we're seeing in New York, we've seen crime go up. And now out of all the things you can cut in the budget, they're doing a hiring freeze on NYPD.
Insanity. And before we get started, because we're in front of a live audience, thank you all so much for your support, from my family walking up to me at the grocery store, on the street, praying for me. I mean, it's been such a blessing to my family after my brother was murdered last year, June 24th. Now, when we look at the migrant crisis in New York City and the mayor saying, hey, I want to cut police, you got to wonder, what the heck is he thinking? Crime in whether it be New York or Chicago or across the country has surged over the 2019 totals. We got 2.4 million getaways that we know of that came across our southern border. And thanks to a House Republican report from the Homeland Security Committee, we know that there's going to be about $450 billion a year to take care of all these folks that have come across the border. I got to say, thank God for Governor Abbott, because he's made liberals in Chicago, in New York, and all over the country care, finally, about the migrant crisis, because it impacts so many people, and it has been impacting people in Texas, where you're from, Lawrence, for many, many years, but now it's in their own backyard. And since you decided you want to be a sanctuary city, you're going to have to deal with the fallout of that.
You know, it's so interesting because it's just not New York, but we're seeing now that people that, classified themselves, Ainsley, as Democrats now that are outraged. You see the black residents in Chicago saying enough is enough. In New York City, they're saying, look, we just don't have the space for that. Do you think this is going to impact the Democrats in the next election?
It has to. And the city of Chicago is a great example. The black folks there who are poor, middle class, or even the seniors who've worked their entire lives, bought a house, kept the lawn clean and the neighborhood clean, and they call the police and they actually work with the police. They're frustrated because you got people who come in for a couple days and they're being prioritized over them. They're being prioritized over the poor people, whether you be black, Hispanic, white, or indifferent in the city of Chicago. Folks are pissed the hell off, if you excuse my French, by what they're seeing. And what I think a lot of black residents in Chicago are now realizing, black lives don't matter to many of the Democrats there. It's the black votes that matter. They are pushing back against this, and I hope that this pushes through the next election and we get a viable candidate that can pull in those votes.
It's going to be interesting. I see a different change within the community because they just want basic safety.
Exactly.
They want their paychecks to actually matter now, and they saw how the Trump economy was benefiting them, and Joe Biden just hasn't delivered.
He has not.
I think they got a rude awakening coming in the next election. We'll be following it, though.
Yeah.
Thank Gianno.
No, thank you for having
Gianno.
me. And
So
thank you all. Thank you all.
And y'all all keep praying, because now that the FBI's on it, he's hoping they find out who killed his brother. How's your grandmother doing?
She's better, but not as great as she could be.
Okay.
We're praying.
Thank you so much.
We definitely are.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.